Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be speaking about everything we know about 2XKO or Project L or the League of Legends fighting game, depending on what you know it as. I hope you guys are ready for the video. If you are, don't forget to smash the like button and sub to the channel not to miss any content coming up. Let's get into the video and all the details we know about this amazing fighting game. So firstly, to get down to the basics, we know that 2XKO is going to be a free-to-play game, just like all the other games in the Riot gaming ecosystem. It's also going to use Riot's intuitive server-based rollback to make ping as little as possible, and since these are all team games, also not disturb the game for everybody else if one player has a bad connection. 2XKO is also going to be a 2v2 assist slash tag based fighting game. Quite similar to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, 2XKO is also going to feature a simplified control system where each character will have a light, a medium, and a heavy button. Now, I do believe that these aren't the only buttons. There is a team button, and there are two super buttons, a super 1 and a super 2. Talking about supers, each character will have 3 supers, 2 level 1s and 1 level 2. The level 2 is the big cinematic, massive damage, blow your resources kind of combo, and each level 1 super will be the more utility, the more combo endery kind of vibes. On top of having 3 supers, each character will pretty much have 3 assists. 2 regular assists that function as normal fighting game assists do, and a brand new mechanic slash assist for this game, which is called Last Stand. Now, Last Stand only activates when one of your characters gets knocked out, but their assist now becomes one of their level 1 supers. Even though this does sound broken, it does have quite a long cooldown. I think it's like 15 seconds or 20-second cooldown between each time you can use it. So it's not going to just be like, oh, you spamming level 1s now that your character's dead. But I think this is an awesome, unique mechanic for this game. Let's cover the defensive mechanics. In 2XKO, things can seem a little bit hectic, but don't stress, the game has great defensive mechanics to help you navigate what's going on. First up, let's look at push block. Now, push block does exactly what the name suggests, and it literally pushes your opponent away from you. So while they're attacking you, you push block and it gives you a little bit of distance. This does cost 1 meter, so be careful. If you don't have the meter, you just got to hold the pressure. But once you have the meter, you can make the decision. Am I going to spend my bar to try and get him off of me and then get some breathing room to do my own thing? Or am I going to focus on defense and keep my meter for if I get a hit confirmed to try and cancel into super and maximize as much damage as I can possibly get? Or it's all up to the player and the situation you find yourself in. Next up, let's look at retreating guard. Now, this is the exact opposite as a push block. Instead of pushing your opponent away from you, your character steps back from your opponent. Unlike the push block, this does cost 0 bar. So this is going to be a very good defensive mechanic. Next up, we have a parry. And there's not only one parry in this game, there's actually 2. The parry is split up into high and low. And obviously, depending on which way you're parrying, your character is vulnerable to the opposite. So if you're parrying high and you get hit with a low, you get hit. If you're parrying low and you get hit with an overhead or a mid or a high, you get hit. It does also cost 1 bar, but if you parry successfully, you at least get that bar back. And finally, we have the dynamic save. Now, dynamic save is this game's combo breaker, and it works pretty much as that. The character off screen will come onto screen and break the current combo, but it's a little bit risky because it can get baited out, and if it does get baited out, it leads to a brand new combo, full punish. And if you're playing with a duo, something that you really got to be communicating with them. Like, no, 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 don't break her now. Or, okay, break her, break her. So it's going to be very interesting. And onto the tag system. Now, as I mentioned with the button controls, every single character will have a team button. And as far as I'm aware, this team button will be used if you're the character off screen to assist the character on screen. And if you're the character on screen, it will be used to tag out to the character off screen. Now, this game has two different tag mechanics. Just the regular, okay, tag, you come in, I go out, or the handshake tag. If your character doesn't assist and they're on screen, you can then handshake tag and swap out. This can happen any moment that both characters are on screen. Onto the fuse mechanics. This is also going to be a big game changer for 2XKO. I believe that this is similar to something that was in CVS, but I didn't play fighting games back then, so I don't know. But this is awesome. First up, we have the 2 times assist fuse mechanic. And just as the name suggests, this fuse allows you to use 2 assists in one sequence. Now, regularly, you can do a block string, call your assist in, and then your assist has to go off screen before you can do it again. Now, with this fuse, you don't need to do that. You can do your sequence, call your assist, do another sequence, and call that assist again. It's pretty cool, and it's going to lead to some incredible combos as well as block pressure. Next up, we have the Freestyle Fuse. This is the one that allows you to do 2 tags at once. So, going back to our explanation, you can do a block string, call your assist, like for example, Yasuo assist can go to the other side of your opponent. So you can do your block string, Yasuo comes from behind, switches to the other side, you switch to Yasuo, do another block string, switch back to the original character, do another block string. Pressure, the combos, the setups, it is all going to be way too crazy. Next up, we have Double Down, and this one is very simple. If you play tag team fighting games like Marvel vs. Capcom, like Dragon Ball Fighters, you know that supers can be linked into supers. And the final fuse mechanic to talk about is called Fury. Now, this one is way different than the others. Once your character becomes below 40% HP, they get a damage buff, as well as a new run mechanic, kind of similar to Drive Rush in Street Fighter, where your character just gets more combo extensions or more pressure. You can do block string into the run, block string, or block string into the run, grab, or whatever you feel like doing. It's a pretty basic and pretty safe fuse mechanic for anybody that maybe doesn't gel with the other 3 fuses. Next up, let's talk about the roster. Now, 2XKO, as everybody knows, is based on the League of Legends universe. And League of Legends has, I think, over 160 characters. So that gives a huge list of potentials for this fighting game. We already know that the base roster is going to have 14 characters. And we know 7 of them on top of that. So first off, we know Ahri, Darius, Echo, Yasuo, Jinx, Catalina, and Ilaoi are going to be in the game. And that leaves 7 more spots. If you haven't yet, I did a roster prediction video. Be sure to go check it out, because I talk about characters I think are definitely going to make the roster, as well as characters I'd like to see make the roster. But while you're here, comment down below what characters do you hope make the final 2XKO roster. But that's all. That is everything that we know about 2XKO right now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, don't forget to smash the like button and sub to the channel. I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe.